Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Full Circle Network. I am editor-in-chief of FullCircleCinema.com, Jackson Hayes. We are here to review episode 9 of Titans Season 2, otherwise titled Atonement. I'm joined by my managing editor, Marcos Melendez, today.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm glad to be here. It's gonna be interesting talk.
Yeah, so we're back. We weren't able to make last week. I was out watching my Washington Nationals in the World Series. Marcos was busy.
Of course, you had to shove it in there
with other work.
somehow.
Oh, we won the World Series. We got to talk about it. I'm here. We got to talk about it. So that's what I was doing last week, and then Marcos was busy, so Jacob got a solo episode. Not a great one to review. We definitely had some thoughts about it, but nothing compared to what's going to happen this week, because we feel very passionately about this week's episode, and not in a positive way. So Marcos, we'll kick it off to you first. Let me give me your initial thoughts, and we'll get there. We'll dive into what happened this week. So go right ahead.
This episode is exactly what you didn't want in an episode of Titans. Simple as that. Like, it's the one episode I think you can probably compare it to episode 7, where it focuses on a lot of characters. All the Titans are together, or and different storylines are being focused on. And this one just completely botches it. It feels like a mess. There's only a few good things, and I guess we'll talk about it later. I guess we could talk about the good things first, but I'll hear your thoughts first.
This is it's going to be a therapy session here, because we were definitely frustrated last week. I was very frustrated last week, and I didn't have the opportunity to get my thoughts out. So they just kind of balled it up for a week, and then I sat down to watch Atonement. I was like, okay, maybe they can remedy this. They can fix the stuff that went wrong in Jericho, the stuff I really didn't believe to be as big of an issue as they were playing it up to be, with the whole reveal of, Deathstroke killing Jericho and how Dick was involved and all that nonsense. I was like, okay, here we go. Episode kicks off. Dick is telling everyone what happened, and then they're all like, we hate you, we're leaving. And I was like, wait, why are these characters all mad? Why is that person mad? Why is this person leaving? What is their personal
Why is
beef
Jason
with it?
leaving?
Okay, let's start there. Let's break it down that way to start. Why did Jason leave? Because I told you this right off the bat after I finished watching it and we were talking.
That was the one person I thought was going to stay.
Dick confided in him at the end of episode 7, which we very much enjoyed. That was a great moment. One of the best scenes of the series. Fantastic scene. Where these two people who come from, different places but have so much in common, like, go to each other with their problems and talk about what's really going on inside of them. And it felt like this beautiful, like, heartfelt moment between two emotionally broken characters. And you're like, man, you really got me there. And then we, after the flashback episode, we jump back to the scene where, everything, it picks up right after that. And then I feel like all of that's been taken away. Like it never happened. Jason just decides to leave for the sake of the story. Not because he wasn't supposed to be in the tower. That was the only reason why they needed him gone. I mean, him and Rose's story aren't even picked up.
It's literally just like Raven and Donna leaving.
Right. Okay, you want to go there? Why? Tell me why Donna left. Donna was just as on board with what happened in the past.
I can understand Raven perhaps feeling like, since she's also like she's part of the new team, she feels like she's betrayed.
Sure. If that was sure, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with what happened after they left. But we'll get there in a second.
The fact that she asked Donna to go with her.
Right. That was weird.
They've talked ever before in the series.
It was weird off the bat, right? Like that was weird. It was like, oh, she wants to go with her, I guess. Like, whatever.
I guess maybe, like, she didn't care who she went with.
Sure, maybe. But then I was like, why is Donna... I'm so confused as to why Donna's leaving. Donna was almost just as on board as Dick was until the very last moment when there was a little,
they're all
like,
guilty.
hesitant.
All of them
Sure.
Blood
But Donna is more so than Hank and Dawn.
Yeah.
By tenfold.
Right. Yeah.
But they act like she wasn't on board with it. They act like she was the one who, like, turned... Or who was, like, completely against it and went to Dick and said, hey, we can't do this. That's not what happened. That was Dawn. Donna didn't do that. Donna didn't convey those emotions. She just left because she was upset about Garth. So I was like, why is she leaving?
Everyone really cares about Dick's morality compared to, like, literally everyone else's characters, which they do like whatever
Obviously,
they want. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, Dick is the centric character, and I have no problem with that. But why is it that everyone else gets a moral pass when they've done just as bad, if not worse, things than he's done? When in reality, this situation is so overblown, it's ridiculous. Yeah. But so Donna leaves. Raven goes with her. I'm like, okay, that's weird enough. Then they get in the car, and what the hell happened? Marcos, explain to me what happened in that scene.
She talks and just blames Donna because she's completely right in the entire scene. But also, Donna's like, why do you get in the car then? Why do you go with me?
Yeah,
she's like, I don't know. And
she doesn't even know her.
For some reason, uses her powers, acting like Donna cared enough to like restrain her. I don't think.
Why
really
would
cared.
Donna try to stop her in any way? Donna didn't want her to go with her.
That's all we get for this episode.
And then Raven just leaves. No explanation. that's not a great way to set up like a mystery.
Yeah,
Like,
my only hope for the next episode is that it focuses on Raven, Jason, people that we didn't see this episode, because
but I don't want that. Yeah, but all these stories suck. Don't give me more branch off stories. You're just gonna swing and miss again. But so okay there. But okay.
I guess it depends who's writing it.
But again, I think they picked the wrong group of stories. I feel like this week should have been Jason and Rose and
it should have been
Raven,
just Beast Boy, and that's it. Beast Boy and Dick Grayson. That's
so
it.
we'll get to Beast Boy because that was probably more the positive of the episode.
Yeah.
So then let's go to Hank and Dawn. What the hell was going on there? They go back to Wyoming.
Oh my god, I forgot.
They go back to Wyoming.
We have to talk about it.
We weren't interested in Wyoming in the beginning of the season at all. It wasn't an interesting part of the story. We had to be there.
Scene. That's all I wanted.
Sure, we had to be there. They had the cool meth lab fight scene. It was pretty dope. It was good moment. We had to get there to get the Dr. Light thing set up, and we finally, they go back. Understandably, I guess they're upset. Sure, whatever. But they have some weird subplot. They go to try to move on with their lives. They go out and have a nice time at a karaoke bar and have a dub song play over. Just absolutely ridiculous.
So bad.
Well, it was like a High School Musical. It was like it was out of High School Musical.
Because it's like one of those things. Like, I understand if they're singing, but the fact it's dubbed and you can tell it's recorded in a studio, and then there's auto tune. That never works. The guy before them sings
right, he sings like a karaoke bar. Normally. He sings poorly. It's not dubbed. It's bad, and on purpose. Sure, that's how it's supposed to go in the scene. I have no issue with that.
It goes into full music video mode.
Then you completely record a song and dub it, and it's like, why are we doing this? I understand Minka Kelly and Alan Richardson can sing, but why did we need to do the dubbing? Why was it a whole musical number? And then we transition to a weird scene in the parking lot where that guy's sister comes out, the one that was killed by Dr. Light earlier this season, and she's blaming them, I guess. I don't know what the hell's going on.
That scene was so weird.
So weird, just out of nowhere. Just to make them feel guilty, I guess, but then, it didn't make any sense. I don't understand. Hank, got this guy off of meth and was, helping him, help his life and get him back on track, and, this whole weird situation. I'm not interested in it at all, and I'm kind of upset that I had to give it this much thought.
Yeah, it's I think they should have just forgot about it. I don't know.
Please just forget about it. It's not interesting.
That's when you have so many characters.
This isn't 90210. Yeah. This is Titans. I don't care about this situation at all. It's not interesting.
So we focus on two little bad things there. There's still another bad thing, but let's go to Beast Boy.
Sure.
Which ends badly.
But the beginning of the episode gave me so much hope because I was like, we're getting a
Beast Boy and
Connor centric episode. The beginning, the Gar running around doing the captain's log and trying to be all hyped up, keep the Titans together. Wow. That was very cool. I'm so happy Ryan Potter got his moment to shine, even if they let him down in the end. It was a really good start. I was really excited for where to go. These two characters are people that I feel like it would interact with.
They have good scenes. I think they have really good scenes.
They have a couple great scenes. The gaming scene where he wins the level is awesome. The childhood joy in these two brings some life to the show that's not there otherwise. And it's just it was very good to watch. This was the moment where it was like, okay, we need some levity. There's all this heavy crap going on. Last week was kind of a bummer. This was bringing some life to the show and then all this other stuff around it. But it started off hot and then it kind of just petered out.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go to the end. Do we go to the end of that Superboy stuff?
So I mean, we just said, the beginning and the middle were good. Yeah. We had some good scenes. They went out, and then they went out to explore the world, and this whole cluster goes on that is ridiculous. The writing.
So first of all, he tries to show his powers. It looked awful, and then the fact he only says he turns into a lion. He forgot he turned into a snake. I guess he saw the budget of the show. He's like, all right, I can only turn into a lion.
Right, but now he can only use his face. When has he ever done that?
Or tiger. It's a tiger, right? Yeah, tiger.
Yeah, tiger. When has he only used his face or slightly transitioned? It's always been all or nothing, and it's only ever been 3 or 4 times in the entire series.
And then Connor uses powers. I thought the initial idea of him mistaking the cops for bad guys was actually really cool, and his powers looked great again. I thought him pushing around the guys looked great. But then he goes on a murder spree, and then he zaps a car, so that's great.
Yeah, he just starts destroying everything, which again is a good plot point, I guess. It's a good story beat.
Yeah, I get it.
Not for this episode, though. Not for this episode. There was too much going on for them to handle it, and then Garfield just runs away.
Garfield barely tries to stop it, and then
I understand.
Superboy is shown murdering people. It's like, wow.
I understand like his character isn't a full-fledged hero. He wants
And I
to
get
be a
it. I
hero.
get
He
that.
wants
I
to
get
do that.
that.
I understand where they're going.
I understand
but-
he's corrupted, you know?
But there's too much going on for these two to have this kind of moment right now, I think. And I remember when the set photos came out for the scene like months back, and we were really excited to have this Garfield Superboy moment. And I was like, oh, I wonder where they're going to go with this. And Crypto's around, and this is really interesting.
It's just, the end is a disaster.
It just kind of, it completely
disaster.
petered out. And it's like, well, like the idea of Gar screwing up and needing the Titans to come back together to help solve a problem isn't bad on paper. But with the way the episode was, it just didn't work. And I think, and sadly, that was probably one of the better parts of the episode, which is just kind of a bummer because
the morality is so all over the place. Like, this moment did remind me of when season 1, Corey lights like a ton
those
of
FBI agents on the train.
on fire, which is worse than any Titan has ever done in their life, including Dick Grayson, which is worse than any of them has ever done. And it's brushed over because it was a lazy writing. It was a lazy episode. They're like, you know what? We're gonna have Corey kill a bunch of people.
She's killed many people in the first season.
Kills the ton of FBI agents, in which but then she works
and
with them / helps them in the beginning of the season.
And they fixed Corey. She's one of the more interesting characters in the show right now. They did her
this week.
Great.
She's always great each time.
Yeah, we'll get in a second. We'll get to her storyline because it was also one of the worst of the episode. But she's always Anna Diop is fantastic in the show. She's one of the better actors. She's very good as the character. The character is finally interesting. They're just doing nothing with her, which is a bummer because last week she wasn't even in a flashback centric episode. The week before she had an interesting thing with Connor. It was very cool to watch. It was very comic booky. It was very it gave you that nice feel. And then this episode they just kind of sent her off again with the Tamaran stuff. Her bodyguard / love interest comes back to pick her up. And he's like, they're gonna go off and try to take out Blackfire.
They go to this dumb road trip.
They go to the road trip, and they're gonna go, and then he gets possessed by Blackfire halfway through, and then they get back to the end, and then she has to kill him, I guess, because he was taking over, and then a hologram just appears out of his corpse after she had to murder someone that she seemingly kind of loved.
She's used to it. It's all good.
I guess she's still just murdering. And then the scene with the hologram. I don't even know what we were watching when that happened. They released the clip of that on Twitter earlier this week in one of the season promos, and I was like, "What are we watching?" I'm like,
that's gonna go up in one of those Twitter accounts that does a thread of all the DC TV.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because again, Anna's a great actress in the show. She's fantastic as this character. People shit on her so badly. This is a good character. They got a good character, and they're just dumbing the whole thing down with this awful story.
I feel like they're best at doing stories for an episode. You focus on one story an episode. They're good at doing that. I don't know why.
Right. Jason Todd is fantastic. Connor is fantastic. Doom Patrol is fantastic.
Yeah.
So we get this that out of the way. That was another 10 minutes ish of the episode that nobody was interested in. So then we roll back to Dick, which
I think we're split on this.
I think there was so much potential here. I think this was the best setup of anything they did this episode. I think it was the best setup because we've gotten the most with Dick, and we got the Bruce Wayne episode that told us how he's feeling, where his headspace is, and we got this moment of him trying to atone, hence the name of the episode, for the death of Jericho. And I think that was very interesting where it went.
Yes.
I think the execution was a little lacking for me, and we can get it from there. So he starts out. He leaves. He decides to leave Gar in a very cool fan servicey scene. He tells Gar to call Bruce Wayne when Connor wakes up, so he can call Superman.
Yes,
which is very cool for comic book fans to get that kind of reference.
That he says he's gonna come back, which is kind of reassuring for Bruce.
Yeah, right. Garfield's okay, everyone's gonna come back together. I just need to hold down the fort for a few days, which led to the cool kickoff of that section with Gar. Yep. And then Dick leaves, and then he ends up Wyoming, some middle America town. Where Jericho's mother is living now.
And then I think it's a really great scene. Them with them at the table. I guess he's trying to get forgiveness, but she's not,
Yeah, I will agree with you. That could be the best part of the episode. Right there is.
I felt like it really just worked back and forth.
I think it did.
I think the next part you didn't like. But
right. I think
I enjoyed
with the table scene. I think the back and forth of the mom not wanting to give Dick what he came for, he doesn't deserve just straight forgiveness. I thought that was a good situation. I thought it was well handled. Dick went in there fully expecting her to be it's okay, Slade is Slade, but it turns out that that's not the case. And then in a moment that I didn't love, that started out fantastic. So Dick turns around. She says, "Go in there." I was like, "Oh, I wonder who's in there." I'm like, "Slade actually in there." He walks in there. There's Slade sitting on a recliner watching TV.
But I think I forgot who mentioned this. This might have been Thomas. I think he watched the episode just after us. At least, I believe she says, I might have to rewatch the scene. I think she says them. So
yeah, there's some type of theory going on
okay,
with Jericho. Something right.
He's in Slade's body, which is why he was just chilling, and why the mother had him there.
Sure. I need to think more about that for sure. I definitely need to rewatch that scene if that is the case. But the scene itself, when Dick walks in there, we were talking about this on the call earlier this week, and I don't want to. I hate to like bring in another series or something like that to compare. Like I don't like doing that with these things, but
Please bring up Arrow.
I'm gonna bring up Arrow. On Arrow, which I'm a massive fan of, in the second season, Manu Bennett plays Deathstroke, and they have a very similar back and forth Oliver does with Slade that Dick has with Slade, because Oliver inadvertently got Slade's love killed on the island years prior, and he came back for revenge. Very similarly to how, Dick
Jericho
ended up getting Jericho killed. Now he's coming back for vengeance because he put the Titans back together. And there's a lot of great scenes about their morality and their moral compasses in Arrow, just between two, really heavy hitters going through how they feel about these situations and why one feels one way and why the other feels the other, and how, their differences, they were once friends and now they're enemies, and it's just, there's really good stuff there. And that setup is here as well in Titans. I feel as if the Dick and Slade relationship can be very, very solid. I just thought this scene was kind of a bummer because it just kind of fell flat for me by the end. The dialogue was a little wonky. I thought there'd be a little more, I don't know the right word. Like there was more.
I guess maybe more intense. Maybe
more intense,
just,
more aggressiveness from each other, just because they dislike each other so much.
It was a really
I know why Dick went in there feeling upset, but then by the end of it, I didn't the scene was setting him up being him being disappointed and him not getting what he came for, and him talking to Slade just furthered that. But it didn't. I didn't get that feel by the end. I know what they were going for, and it just didn't land for me. Because he just kind of, you could tell.
I get that.
Yeah, you can tell he was disappointed, but it was he should and by the end they show you he's left all options. He's ready to atone for his sins. He's done something wrong. He's ready. He's so upset with himself. But I just didn't get that in that moment. I felt I should. I wanted some some harder dialogue from Slade. It was just kind of meandering and just kind of oh, if you put the Titans back together, I'll kill you. I'll kill all of you. Yeah, we heard that already. This is a different situation. We've moved on. I just wanted something more. And I mean, you enjoyed the scene, and you can talk about why you did. It just didn't work for me.
I certainly understand. I think, as you said, the wonky dialogue, and then I guess perhaps it wasn't as intense as one would like it. But also, I felt I think there's one thing missing, and I think perhaps this is something revealed. If not, maybe I'll rethink the scene. But I also liked how it wasn't really intense. It wasn't tense. It was tense, but it wasn't this big showdown. It was it was the calm after the battle. It's they've already fought, and then this is just them discussing, and him and Slade just promising that he would, kill the Titans if they went back together again. And you could tell he was injured as well in the scene, so I doubt they could even fight. And Dick Grayson's, I guess he kind of sucks, so I don't think you would be able to take him anyways. Slade could have one arm. He's still gonna be Dick Grayson.
Let's talk about this. Me and you didn't get to talk about this last week. So a lot of people were talking online about how much they enjoyed the church fight scene from last week, which follows suit into this episode. So I feel like we're allowed to talk about it because it lives into this moment. It kind of sucked. The church fight scene kind of blew. I thought the fight with Donna was a lot better. I thought the fight was much more intense and well choreographed, and you felt it, the heavy emotion in the
Donna actually does have damage. Tosses him.
She gets, and obviously she's a Themysciran. She is a trained warrior. She there's something there, and Slade is enhanced. But Dick did nothing. Dick
she doesn't
even
have
do
her
a
suit.
damn thing against Slade. He ran. He got shot at. He just was hiding. When he threw
Did
the
nothing.
smoke. When he threw the smoke, I was like, "Oh, this is the turning point. Dick's gonna get a move in." He just runs away and gets shot at. I'm like, this guy was trained by Batman, and this is the fight we're getting. Like, he's only ever beat up thugs. That's all we've ever seen him beat up. So
But I felt like he's fought better before. I think that was just the
I don't
direction of
disagree.
that
I don't disagree
episode,
with
and
that.
I think it's just kind of like that situation. So I joked that he couldn't take Deathstroke, but I think he could. And obviously, I think when he becomes Nightwing by the end of the season, he'll be able to. Just saying, this episode. I like this. So let's go back to the scene, right? with Slade. I liked it. I liked it a little bit more than Jackson. I think I got what they were going for, and I was decently pleased with it. I actually really liked the part where Dick Grayson talks about Jericho and how Slade doesn't deserve him. I thought that was really good.
I like that line. That was a good line, but then I didn't get the reaction I wanted out of Slade. Like, he was upset, but it was like, whatever.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, I got up and
Yeah,
I'm
but
mad. Yeah, he got up
Jericho's
and
in
he was
his
upset.
mind,
But okay.
thinking
Oh, don't give me
900
that.
IQ.
Don't give me
Let's
that
go.
conspiracy theory right now. Until that's confirmed, I'm gonna take the scene at value. And he gets up and he gets in his face, but they're not really in each other's faces. They're just kind of like, I don't know.
chill, you know?
They're just kind of.
They're like,
It's way
Grayson's
too
scared.
chill. Like, not that
He's
Dick
like-
needs to be fighting him. Dick wouldn't fight him in this moment, and I understand that why. I didn't expect a fight, but I just felt like the intensity, because he did kill Garth. Like, he did. And in that situation, ended up getting Jericho killed. But, like, there's not a, like,
Yeah.
everyone's just kind of passive about it at this point. Like, Dick's like, you're not getting your forgiveness. He's like, okay, I'm sorry.
I mean,
He's
look, he
gonna
didn't
leave.
mean to kill Aqualad. It was just inadvertently killed.
Well,
him.
he's a crap
It's
shot.
a Dick
because,
Grayson, situation.
No, but, he's a trained kid, whatever. But I'm just like, like, come on. This was going to be the moment. I just haven't gotten enough out of Deathstroke this season. I really haven't.
I will say, I think that the actor is doing good with what
I
he's-
don't have any
what
problem
he's
with ESAI
given.
Morales. I think
I think the
no,
suit
not at
looks
all.
incredible. He looks incredible in the suit. Visually, that's Deathstroke.
Absolutely.
But I feel like
absolutely.
the intensity, I don't know, it's not there yet. I don't think, and I feel like
No,
it
and
should have
now
been
it's
a
just
long time ago.
gone because he's like, I won. I broke up the Titans. Even
I don't
though
think
I
we'll be
promised
able.
to kill
I don't
them.
think we're seeing him until like maybe episode 12 or the last season.
Yeah, and if
last
that's the
episode.
case, this is kind of a letdown. Like this.
Yeah, if that's the case, and was like one of the big moments, then yeah,
if this was intended to be one of those big intense moments,
Yeah.
it just is not working. Like, guys, it's not working. And like, I don't know who I need to talk to. I don't know who I need to deal with. I love this show.
Look,
for
we're
its faults.
crapping on it, but we really
No,
like the show,
we
which
only
is why
review it
wanna
because we like these shows and we like talking about these shows. We sat through all of Swamp Thing knowing it was canceled, and it's just like, man,
turtle soup.
like, I want better for it. I just want, there's better stuff in here, and it needs to be worked out.
It's just like, I don't know. I was really disappointed. I'm also really disappointed with. I just like, it's one of those episodes I don't want to watch ever again. Not because it's so terribly bad. It's just like there's nothing remarkable about it.
No one wants
but
to say
it
it's
should have
poorly
been.
made. I would never call it's poorly made. That's that's
Yeah,
not my
yeah.
call I would make. I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not a showmaker.
Yeah,
I'd never say
it's
something
just
is poorly
it's
made.
not. It's
but
disappointing.
it
It's a little
just
messy. It's
doesn't
just not what
work.
you want. So
It
it's-
just doesn't work. And especially, we're ramping up to the end of the season, and this has happened with every DC Universe show. It just falls apart by the end.
Like I think that the finale and maybe the last 2 episodes will be really good, but these next ones have to really knock it out.
With the
And
way
I think
this one
there's a
ended up,
chance, because I was just thinking about it right now. Like, I think they have to go back to Jason Todd. I think they have to go back to Raven. I think they could have some cool stories. I
Well,
think
they have to hope. I feel like hopefully they break Dick out of prison. Maybe that's like a team
Oh
bonding
yeah, let's
moment.
talk about the ending.
Yeah, right. So I mean, we'll get. I guess. I mean, the ending was. I was halfway okay with the ending because I think that is a smart move for where Dick's character is going. Because he hasn't found himself and he's lost himself at this point, and he's like, I have no other options. I do nothing but hurt people. I should go to prison. So he just beats up some cops in an airport.
Because he's about to go to Greenland.
I don't know how much time
So
he's going to get
that
for
scene
that,
was
but
so weird.
that scene was also weird with the ticket. I wasn't into that at
She
all.
was like, just
but-
buy a ticket.
And she was like, well, where? He's like, where people aren't. And she's like, oh, well, that's not very specific, bud. Like, what does that mean? Like, as far as ways, what about Greenland? There's no people. Like, he made her do all the work. And it's like, okay, come on, man. Like, just.
I don't know. I guess disappointing episode.
I'm still hopeful. Like, I'm
I'm
still
hopeful.
holding out
I'm
hope.
still like.
I don't have much
But
hope
if
for
the next
next
episode
week.
is bad, I might just like.
I don't have much hope for next week. I'm already kind of preparing myself for next week to be kind of a letdown as well, because half the storylines they set up in this haven't been fixed.
Yeah.
So
The problem is it's always a case-by-case basis because they have different people writing and working on each episode. It's kind of
it feels that way. It's felt that way.
Yeah.
6 and 7 are polar opposites of these 2 episodes. They're
6 and 7 are the best
tonally
episodes
completely
of the
different.
series. They move well. The characters are perfectly written. There's an understanding of what's going on. This one feels like, all right, we need all these characters to be here, and we're gonna just do it. It's not gonna make sense. You're not gonna
No, it's not gonna make sense. Like, I feel like people take it granted for like getting to point A to B before you get to C. Like if C is the resolution and A is the kickoff, B is very important. The middle road is very important. Like you can't just get them to C.
Yeah.
Just because you feel like it, and like so that's how you get a scene like the one with Raven and Donna that makes no sense. That I don't even know why it was here. Raven could have just walked out of the door and no one would have stopped her. But for some reason, she had to be like, I'm going with Donna. Donna doesn't care about you. Donna doesn't
care much about anyone.
No, Donna doesn't know you. If you're going to walk out of the door, she doesn't care. Why are you holding her back like you're going to stop me? Where are you go? No one even knows where you're going. Like, I don't know. Dick is the only person that cares about you, and you left him. So screw you.
It was funny. All right, yeah. I guess that's like our overall thoughts. I don't know. It's just, you know what? If people liked it, let us know in the comments below. I genuinely want to know, because I think that we kind of felt indifferent compared to other people in terms of the last episode. A lot of people loved the last episode. I felt like it's still better than this one. It's still a lot better than this one. But I feel like universally this might be the worst episode of the season, other than maybe the first episode.
1. But I feel
it's
like
definitely up there in like
in
the entire
one
series.
was so exciting. This was definitely one of the lower points of the series, though.
Yeah, but this one is like 20%, 25% good. The first episode is like 50%.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the good stuff even peters out, and it's like, oh, well, that.
Yeah, the good stuff. It's not good enough for me to like rewatch.
No, I'm not interested in rewatching this at all. I'll just wait around until we get the next episode, and then hopefully feel better about it. But I guess that's it. So where can they find you, Marcos?
You can find me at BizGamer9, clout tweeting the fact that I'm watching Harley Quinn. That's right.
Yeah, we are. We got screeners for Harley Quinn. I got to start watching that. I've been binging Smallville in preparation of Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Reviews will be out next month. Well,
this month. The end of November.
Yeah.
By the time this comes up, it'll be the end of this
22nd.
month. November 22nd is when hopefully we'll get our season 1 review of Harley Quinn out, 13 episodes. So look forward to that.
And I have a feeling it's going to be the opposite of this review.
From what you told me, I'm more than excited to review that. Much more excited than I am during the Titan week. So, all right. So yeah, you guys can catch me at JacksonHayes67 on Twitter. Make sure to follow the page at Full Circle Cine. You can make sure to check out all of our work at FullCircleCinema.com. And make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you felt differently. Leave a comment if you felt the same. Leave a comment if you have a question. Whatever feelings you have in your heart, just let us know. And we'll catch you guys next week.